The key to creating a good AR experience is good planning. Vuforia Studio has all the tools you need to create the experience. But before you can get started, you will need a vision to properly guide your process. At Leap Australia, we've spent years developing and delivering real-world AR experiences. Whether it's trade shows with our customers or exhibitions with student teams, we've used Vuforia Studio to create engaging, immersive content that brings ideas to life. In this video series, we'll take you through our complete process, from the very beginning to the final product, showing you how to build an AR experience from the ground up. Throughout the series, we'll share helpful tips, tricks, and common mistakes to avoid. In this video, we'll focus on planning, how to set up your project for success before you even start developing. Let's dive in. The first step is to define the use case for your AR experience. Is it intended for industrial workers on the job or for clients and stakeholders at a trade show? Your target audience and environment will shape the type of content you need to deliver and how it's presented. Defining your use case upfront is essential. It ensures your design decisions align with the goals of the experience and helps avoid time-consuming revisions later on. In this video, we'll focus on a trade show scenario. Our example use case involves creating an interactive exhibit featuring a physical rocket as the centerpiece of the AR experience. We plan to use X-ray vision to show internal components and use info pop-ups to highlight key systems. We'll also add visualizations of aerodynamic simulations overlaid on the airframe. We'll let the user switch between two configuration modes for the visualizations. The whole experience will be less than a minute long and loop to allow the user to go back to the start and reset for the next person. Once you have established the audience and context for your experience, you will need to consider the format in which it will be delivered. How long will the experience be? For a trade show, a shorter experience of a minute would be suitable. What device will it be on? A tablet such as an iPad or a wearable AR device such as a HoloLens. Finally, think about how users will interact with the experience. Will a team member be needed to guide them through it, or should the experience be designed for self-guided exploration? If by themselves, are they using their own devices such as their phones, or will you provide them with a tablet? For our trade show, since we have limited space, we'll plan to have someone holding and guiding people with the iPad. If we had more space, however, we may consider using a tablet stand. Next, consider the movement range your device will need to support. Will users explore all around the object or primarily view it from a single angle? How much space do you have? This could impact how much of your product can be viewed in AR. You should answer these questions in consultation with any stakeholders you may have. Depending on your options, you can try to optimize the environment and your timelines to suit the AR experience. Remember, you should try and leave ample space and time to test your AR experience, preferably in a setting matching that of your live experience. At Leap Australia, we found that spending more time to pinpoint your specific use case will save you development time down the road. After defining the overall shape of your experience, you should now have enough information to begin storyboarding. The goal of this is to organize the flow of the AR experience for the audience and to identify what resources you need. For example, our rocket experience will be sequential, with the user tapping a button to move onto the next state. This guides the user easily through each section to keep the experience short, simple, but engaging, perfect for a trade show. This is in contrast to a more interactive experience, where you can toggle between states to display different things. This would be more suited to presenting an extended product demonstration. Each example has its own pros and cons, and the best choice depends on your specific use case. In your storyboards, outline which 3D and 2D widgets you will need. Specify any animations or special effects you want to apply to the models, as well as how you will move to the next step in the storyboard. It is also at this point that you should decide on what target type you want to use. For example, you should use a model target if you have a physical product with matching CAD. But if you'd like to use something overlaid on a surface, consider using a spatial target or ThingMark. Check out our video playlist on target types to work out which one suits your use case the best. We have a physical model of our rocket, so we should ensure that our CAD matches the dimensions of the product as closely as possible. This ensures the best performance from our model tracking. When planning, ensure you have access to all the resources you'll need for creating the experience. Do you have access to the correct CAD models? Do you need to animate models with Creo or Illustrate? Will you need any simulation results from ANSYS? What other media, such as images, labels, and videos, do you need? Answering these questions beforehand will ensure a smooth process for creating your experience. For example, we know that our experience will require multiple models with animations, graphics, and imported CFD simulation results. Especially with animated models and CFD results, we should check their compatibility with Vuforia Studio, and if they are a good fit for our experience. Once you're confident that your planning is complete, you can jump into Vuforia Studio and start building your AR experience. Stay tuned for part 2 in this series, where we'll explore practices for building the 2D UI as well as tips and tricks to help you on your Vuforia Studio journey. Be sure to check out our Getting Started video playlist to learn how to bring your vision to life with Vuforia Studio.